So today I got a very nifty little gadget to review, and it is the Olixar Android push button, which you can see there in my hand. Just get a bit of focus. Now you see I'm struggling to focus on it because it's such a very small device, and basically what this is a tiny little additional hardware push button for your mobile phone. So using this is very simple. I have a little application called KeyCut installed, as you'll see here. And you'll see that all you simply do is add this little push button to your headphone socket, and then the moment you do, you get a little dialog pop up and say, is this a my key? This was obviously the name of the hardware button. It goes with the KeyCut application. However, I'm just using this Olixar one here. This is by far the best application for this. I'm going to hit remember my choice and then click yes. So if we take a look at the application itself, you'll see that KeyCut actually allows us to separate button presses into single presses, such as I have set out here: voice search, flashlight, expand, quick settings, etc. That's for short presses. But you'll see that it also has allowance for long presses as well. Now you're actually able to add lots and lots of well, 3 long presses, but as many short presses as you really like, up to 9. Now the problem with that is you're not actually going to want to sit there and press on this little button 9 times, and so I'd recommend that you just choose a few key actions that you want and that you frequently find yourself fumbling through the menu for, and that will allow you then to launch them using the button itself. So to show you how it works, very simply, I'm just going to take the phone, single press, and you'll see up popped Google voice search, and that's because that's what I have it set to. However, if I return to home and double press, what you should now see is a nice bright torch. Again, because that's what I have it set to. I can double press that to turn the torch off. Very handy indeed. Now I did mention there's the facility to long press, so I'm going to do that now. A nice long press. Set that as the default, and you'll see it's now launched up Waze, my favourite application. If I do that again, this time, of course, just remember that option. We're straight back into Waze. 2 long presses, and it will vibrate to let you know that you've been doing this correctly. Launches up my document scanner application, because that's what I got it set for. Now as you can see, it's a very small device. It's a nice little piece of, I believe, milled aluminium, and it's got a kind of bronzed button in the end. So it does suit a device like the Samsung Galaxy S6 quite nicely, but you see it does actually protrude ever so slightly. And that's going to be a little bit annoying in your pants pockets, or it could potentially get caught. Although in reality, you do see that it's kind of narrowed off at the edges here, and actually there's no sharp edges, and so you probably wouldn't want to be scratching against glass with it, but it's unlikely to cause any problems with your clothes, etc. However, it does still pop out. And so what I found personally is, because I do like to use this spiking case that I've reviewed previously, you'll see that actually the headphone socket's slightly recessed here, and so that allows me then just to pop this little button in, and you'll see that now that actually sits flush. You see that it's actually been plugged in and recognised, but it's nice and flush with the case, and so I've now effectively got myself a new hardware button without having to give up any of my other ones, and of course this one's far more flexible in terms of its use. And so when it comes to setting actions, you'll see that we actually have a large number. We have all of these apps here and activities as well, and so we have full support for things like Tasker, shortcuts, voice search. We've got some personal toggles as well. Now some of these will only be available with root, but even without, you can see that it works quite nicely here. Some more toggles. Some media buttons, kind of ironically, because of course you're not going to have your headphones plugged in at the same time, but of course you could have Bluetooth or the phone attached to your car, etc. Or system as well. So that's the Olixar Android push button. It's pretty cheap, it's only $6.99, absolutely tiny. It's a nice little feature to add to your phone, especially if you find yourself without enough hardware buttons to do everything you want to. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you join us soon for another review at Review. Goodbye now.